Welcome to another post-game show of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. I am, of course, KG Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. A little bit later start than I had hoped, I had planned. Had a meeting this evening that went 2 hours instead of 1, so everything is delayed. We're here to talk about a Rockets loss. Rockets have lost 5 in a row now. Rockets lost to Minnesota. Final score 127-114. Anthony Edwards scored 41 points. Here it is right here, folks. Minnesota outscored the Rockets 35-16 in the fourth quarter. Let me give a salute to everybody. Some guy named Andre, thank you. Being first. United. You are right on your predictions. It's just United with another coming from the top rope. Edwards is player, not Green. Rockets in fourth quarter collapsing like ass. It's a trend now, folks. It's a trend. It's a troubling trend. They're now fourth in the West, behind Denver. Only a game and a half ahead of the Lakers for fifth. That break couldn't come, soon enough. Boy. Justin, how are you? Sola, how are you? Rockets have gotten away from the defense first mentality, especially in the fourth quarter. And you said it right here. Can't close in the fourth. And I'm with Justin on this. Folks, anybody who said Fred is not good and Rockets don't need him, I beg to differ. Me and Justin beg to differ. I think it's pretty apparent. Rockets need Fred. They need leadership. Just to organize, get them together, get them on the same page. The defense is Jabari more and more. You're seeing that his absence is being felt. Different matchups he's needed. His versatility, what he can provide at the 5 spot. It's part of it. It's a cliche, and coaches say it, players say it, and it works for a while. About next man up. We just got to step up. It's a team sport, and on and on. But truthfully, there comes a point, usually after a while, at a certain point, the absence of those starters is felt. And there's a reason why those guys start. Okay. Jabari obviously is not going to start, I don't believe, when Jabari is healthy and Amin's going to be in that spot, I believe. But Jabari's absence, more and more, you can see what he does. His skill set, his versatility, his spacing the floor, his rebounding, defensive versatility, all those things. This team is lacking that, man. It's noticeable. And it's 5 straight L's, but 35-16 in the fourth quarter. And let me go ahead and I'm gonna do it again. Y'all know it, because that fourth quarter is truly worth it. Here it is. 3 for 13 from the floor. 1 for 7 from 3. Solo, Justin, Edward. No set update. I want to say hopefully after the All-Star break. I think that's right. But Edward, I think you're a new name, maybe a different person. If you're new to the show, this is going to be for you. What I'm about to play, 2 things about to play, is what is a result of fourth quarters like tonight. Here we go. Fourth quarters like tonight. 3 for 13 clearly is worthy of this. Brick. And again. Brick. And again. Brick. Brick. And this.
This jig is the cash face, man. This jig is the cash face, man.
One more time. 3 gas faces for the 3 field goals they made in the fourth.
This jig is the cash face, man.
5 straight. 5 straight L's. 5 straight. Rockets now 32-19. Denver is 33-19. Nuggets have won 5 in a row, while the Rockets have lost 5 in a row. Lakers are a game and a half behind the Rockets, but they're even in the loss column. Lakers have played 3 less games. It's a rut right now. It's a rut. United is already predicting a loss on Saturday against Dallas in Dallas. Close out the road trip. Be over. That'd be 6 straight L's. Then you got the Raptors who are playing better on Sunday afternoon. But they had 7 guys scoring double figures. The balance is good. Here's a strange stat. Rockets 23-2 in fast break points. The points in the paint weren't as bad as it had been a few games previous. 54-50. Of course, Harper Şengün is back. That kind of makes a difference. But here, second chance points, 26-16 in favor of the Timberwolves. But Joe P. Well, here we go. But let me. So I see this comment. I'm gonna go old school in a second. Team needs a closer. I want to get the name right though. Let me get the name right of the person from Minnesota. All right. Jaden McDaniels scored a layup with 0.2 left in the game. If I'm a Rocket player, I'm not forgetting that. Game's already over. It's 125-114. He did not need to score that layup. Put up that shot. He could have held the ball. If I'm a Rocket player, I'm not forgetting that. Come, February 21st on ESPN, 8:30 start Central Time. If I'm a Rocket player, I got something for Jaden McDaniels on 21st. Trust and believe. Old school. I don't play that. Don't play it. Don't like it. Wasn't necessary. If he had money on the game, that's on him. Not forgetting that. Nope. Ime Udoka on Anthony Edwards. It's nice to have a special player that can get buckets at the end. Justin, did he really say that? Ooh. That's not a slight dig. That's a major dig. That's not slight. That is loud and clear right there. Man, oh man. Joe P, it wasn't Ime on the no trades. As for Feldstone. And, Jaden Springer not going to be major help or anything like that. But some guy named Andre said will be more losses. Well, your quote, what you're saying that Ime said, that's calling out his players right there. Justin, no question. He's frustrated. He was frustrated with the lack of defense the last, 3 games. So-called defensive stoppers. He called them out, as I said, that after the loss to the Knicks. So, yeah, he's frustrated. I've kind of thought the Rockets should have made a trade for Robert Williams. They didn't. Schroeder, I'm not surprised they didn't do that. Oh, yeah, that too. I'm getting to that too, Joe P. Oh, yeah. Doing a little dance and everything like that too. All right, hey, man. This is a rivalry now. If I'm a Rocket player, if y'all are, Coach Udoka's old school and he's calling y'all out and But if I'm a Rockets player, I made a few mental notes tonight. Miss McDaniels, okay. Ant-Man, I see you dancing. Okay. I see you pointing. There's a rivalry here. Yeah, okay. It's on now. If I'm a Rocket fan, y'all should be hot too. Because Minnesota, the players, the Timberwolves, just disrespected the Rockets. That's how I take it. I'm old school. That dancing, that bucket. Okay. See, there you go, Kenny. Bring it up. Dylan Brooks, you gotta, you're gonna talk that trash. You better back it up. Because if you don't, you're gonna get danced on. So losing to the Nets, and the way I did finally see the clip of the turnover, me and Thompson's turnover, and losing like the way they lost to the Nets is just, oh, that's awful. Awful. This lead like that late and then lose it. Can't close. Fred, for this team, would have made a difference. I think his absence is being felt right now. The Rockets' record is still nice, 32-19, but 5 straight L's. I think they're coming back to reality. 51 games in, when they were 32, 32-14. I said if they were just finished 18-17, or roughly like that, they win 50. They win 50 games. But oh no, your logic, Edwards, is sound regarding Dennis Schroeder. He just didn't seem to be on the Rockets' radar. That's all. And lo and behold, he's in Detroit now, which Cade Cunningham should be smiling and being very happy with that addition. And some guy named Andre bringing it up. You brought it up. I mentioned it previous show. I'm beginning to wonder. Now it's more and more of a sample size, because let's see, Mr. Brooks this evening, passing it up. Mr. Brooks, Dylan Brooks, what was it? He scored 15. He was one of the 7 guys in double figures. 15 points, 6 of 13. I'm wondering if he's scoring so much, he's forgetting about who he is and what he does best. Defense. Now, we could argue, quibble, discuss. Is Dylan scoring more right now or lately because of the absence of some of his teammates? So if he doesn't do it, where will the points come from? But his defense is taking a step back. It's taking a step back. And Solo says it right here. When Brooks is getting cooked on defense, he seems to get in some altercations with players because his pride is hurt. That's part of it. When you're getting cooked on defense, what else you gonna do? What else can you do? Try to be chippy, because you've been cooked. You gotta try something else. And now let's see. Justin, they keep playing like this, they'll be 6th or 7th. Well, let's see. How far are they? A game and a half ahead of the Lakers in 5th. But the difference there is because of number of games. Lakers have played 3 less games because they are tied in the loss column. The Rockets are 3.5 ahead of the Clippers in 6th. And Clippers and T-Wolves are tied roughly. So Rockets are 3.5 ahead of the Clippers and 3.5 ahead of Minnesota. So yeah, it's possible. The West is tough. West is tight. 9 teams at 500 or better. Rockets are not in danger of falling to 500. I don't think that they won't crater like that. But yes, they are 3.5 out of 7th. And I agree. All-Star break cannot come soon enough. Edward, with a different mentality than some, including me, the whole defense wins championships quote gets tossed too much. We need actual shooters. Having Brooks as one of our best shooters should tell us something. Well, it does, yeah. Justin, when playing in the Olympics over the summer, got Dylan thinking he needs to be a scorer. Well, clearly he doesn't. He needs to get back to his defense, what he does best. And good point. That's why I don't get too high or too low in regular season. Rockets beat the Cavs twice, back-to-back games. Beat Boston in Boston. Got some folks, some Rocket fans, some media. Oh, well, Rockets going to the Western Conference Finals. Look at this. I mean, they're rolling. They're second best team in the West, and on and on and on. Now they lost 5 in a row. Okay. It's the grind of the season. Road games, opponents, injuries, all of it's some slippage in play, performance by players, using a word from Coach Kelvin Sampson. Slippage happens during the season. You know, these guys are not robots, so they're going to go through funks and droughts and ruts and all of that kind of stuff. Some guy named Andre said, looking at the schedule, they will lose 10 plus in a row. You got them losing Sunday to the Raptors. I know the Raptors are playing better, but that's a home game. You really think so? And then they host Phoenix. Yeah, I could see that, kind of. And then the Warriors. Oh, Mr. Buckets. And the Warriors are in town on the 13th. That's the last game before the All-Star break. That might be kind of interesting to see who checks out mentally before the break. But let's see. The stat. I mean, this stat from the Rockets, it's bad because of the third quarter. 12 for 31 from 3. So going in to the fourth quarter, the Rockets did make 11 of 24 from 3. That's almost 50%. That's very good. Unfortunately, in the fourth quarter, they went 1 for 7 from 3. So, agreed. Rockets need Jabari to 5 for some length. Edward may sound dumb. No, you just put it out there. It's not dumb for thinking this, but what happens if we start Jabari at the 3 and the men at the 4 and bring Dylan Brooks off the bench? KDC, how are you doing? I can envision Dylan Brooks coming off the bench. I don't know if it's going to be this year though, but it might depend on some matchups. And we back up there. I may not the 3, Jabari to 4, whatever. Just basically saying Dylan Brooks come off the bench and not start. I can see that happening. Joseph Terrell, how are you doing? Rockets need a shot blocker. Well, they can try one in the buyout market. But yeah, I'm leaning more toward I'm not going to bench Dylan Brooks this season. I can see it next season, not this season. And as Solo says, Ime leans on his vets. Yes. But I believe Ime also is kind of coach that if it's not working, he'll make some changes. He'll do what he has to do. He'll make some changes. Yusugami, how are you? Let's see what Ant did in the Joseph. I'm going to say, barring a setback, it should be this month, and I will. Well, conditioning wise, I'm going to say after the All-Star break, and the All-Star break starts basically next Friday for a week. So after that, just roughly the last week of February. Let's go with that. But Ant, man, let's just look at the fourth quarter for the players. Rockets only made 3 shots in the fourth quarter. Damn, 3 out of 13, boy. Alpi 1 for 1. Jalen Green 1 for 3. Cam Whitmore 1 for 5. Dylan 0 for 1. Reed 0 for 1. That's it. Oh, a man 0 for 2. That's it. Cam was the one Rocket that made the 3-pointer in the fourth. The team was 1 for 7. Cam was 1 for 3. Jalen Green in the fourth quarter scored 5 points. Alpi scored 5 points. Contrast that, Ant-Man scored 16 in the fourth quarter. Ant-Man scored the same number of points as the Rockets as a team did in the fourth quarter. Rockets scored 16. Ant scored 16. Minnesota scored 35 in the fourth quarter. Oh, boy. Oh, there you go. Waiting on everything to be official with the press release and stuff like that. And Cody Zeller, I doubt he's even here, if he's kept. Let's talk about this in this part of the post-game show. Rockets have clear deficiencies. What are they? I mean, I know what they are, but let's discuss them. What are they? We've had shooting, we've had no shot blocking. Let's discuss it. What are they? Like 1, 2, 3. What's the Rockets' biggest, most glaring weakness? What is the biggest? See, Justin shooting. Solo shooting. And Zeller, let me see what Eco said. I think that was just really cap purposes kind of thing. Not a need, obviously. Solo also says a closer, empathy, shooting, closing game, shooting. So the majority of all of y'all so far have said shooting. No one so far has typed defense. So, I mean, shooting 1 for 7 for 3 from 3 is the issue. Oh, okay. Well, Justin, I'm a quibble with you. Nothing is wrong with the defense. They're just being lazy. That's a problem. That is what's wrong with the defense. If they're being lazy, that's a problem. Edward says rim protection is an issue. So that'd be 2. Shooting. Thank you. Late rotation on D. That's part of the slippage. That's a problem. But also, who was it? Going back. Justin commented here. Each team we played, their closers closed out a game. Brunson, D'Lo, I'm calling D'Lo a closer. He made 2 shots in the whole game, and then made the game winner. And Ime is looking for his closer. Defense is effort. Even they're playing hard. They're one of the best defense in the league. But there's slippage. There has been slippage. And part of defense is effort. Another part of it is also communicating and rotating and being in the right spots and being together, being in sync, being like that string. knowing where you're supposed to be and being there. Too many times this week, we've seen teams just stroll to the hoop, uncontested layups. As in late rotation, hell, sometimes no rotation. So that is got to get back to it. Dorian, upset. You join the crowd, join the club, join the family. You're a family here, Dorian. Every Rocket fan here so far. Who do I think the Rockets signed someone in free agency, and if so, who? Let me see. Keith Smith. Keith Smith did from Spot Rack. See if I can bring it up. Did an article on potential players in the buyout market. I must just go through some names. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Let me see here. All right, here we go. Okay, I think it's alphabetical, so don't, just because I say somebody first, doesn't mean they're top on the list. All right. Potential buyout market players for the Rockets. Marvin Bagley. No. Bojan Bogdanovic. Bojan. Not Bogdan. Bojan Bogdanovic. Malcolm Brogdon. Although I kind of wonder if he'll agree to a buyout because he'll lose his bird rights. Bruce Brown won't be a buyout, reportedly. Torrey Craig. Kind of getting the gist of what I'm going with the caliber of player here. Seth Curry. Reggie Jackson. Paquito, how you doing? Join your frustration. Join in. Batman, that's a new name. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, Justin typed that solo. He typed that statement. Justin again talking about Tari. Tari's messed up on defense. He has. I see it. Y'all see it. That's an issue. But again, if you missed it, Ime said after the game, it's nice to have a special player that gets buckets at the end. To me, that sounds like he's saying he's frustrated, obviously, but he's saying to his players, y'all are like this right now. But, all right, so let me go back to it. Brogdon would be nice. I kind of think so with that one as well. I said Reggie Jackson. Trey Jones. Monte Morris. This one I don't think is going to happen. Chris Paul. Cam Reddish. Josh Richardson. Ben Simmons. Daniel Tice. DeLon Wright. Kind of get where I'm going here with that list. Let's see. Well, I just said his name, Ben Simmons. So Edward likes Seth Curry and Bojan Bogdanovic. Bojan, he's not a defender. Not at all. He can get buckets, though. And he's a taller Bogdanovic, okay? Don't get it twisted. Some guy named Andre Dillon was supposed to be the defensive stopper, and he's getting cooked. Tari, Amir, and Jalen also in that pot getting cooked in the fourth quarter. They're taking turns struggling. That's why you lost 5 in a row. So United says, Joseph says this team is like Simmons. United says, hell no, Ben can't shoot. He's trash. KDC says take a flyer on Malcolm Brogdon. Also says no to Simmons. Justin, if we can get Seth back to shooting like he was, when he was with Portland. That would be good. So 5 straight losses changes perspective. Prior to the losing streak, we're going to let it. We're going to ride it out. See what this team does, how this team does in the postseason, and just stand pat. 5 L's later, we're talking the buyout market. Got to fix some things. Got to add some more shooters. Edward, Seth Curry, Bojan, Brogdon, Trey Jones, and Reddish should be the targets. Derek, no to Simmons, not Richard Simmons. Okay. Being positive, which is not something that I'm known for. Yes, it has. This losing streak has humbled. Yes. Yep. But being positive, when the Rockets get healthy, when Fred returns to the lineup, when Jabari returns to the lineup, shooting is shooting still a need? Edward says he can shoot a 3 better with his eyes closed than Simmons, being Simmons. But a healthier Rockets, Jabari with Jabari's return, would that help the defense? Some of the issues on defense. Edwards, yes, is too. Shooting will still be a need. I agree. Justin, when Fred returns, it will be less chaos on offense and more structured. Agreed. So isn't that a good thing? Can y'all be patient and just wait for them to return? Let's see. Rockets have 3 games: Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday coming up, and then the All-Star break. Sunday, Raptors, and then Phoenix, and then the Warriors. Joseph expressing it. Rockets need a shot blocker. Every team just laying it up. But part of that also, well, that's a fair statement. Joseph said, check it out until the Rockets are healthy. And Justin's second comment right here. All right, so I'll see. I'll get to that one in a second. Rockets have honestly exceeded my expectations, so Justin is not tripping too hard. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all share that sentiment? And it's not a question of giving up on the rest of the season. I think the losses have humbled the Rockets also. And maybe this is who the Rockets are this season. Rockets aren't, the West has got a lot of good teams. Rockets are not in the class of Oklahoma City. Y'all know that. They're not that good. Y'all know that. Denver seems to have figured things out. They're matchup wise, and probably a little better for the Rockets. But come playoff time, do you really think so? Minnesota seems to be Rudy Gobert, but other Minnesota, when Minnesota figures it out, they seem to have Rockets number. All right. So United just given up on the next 4 games. Got Rockets going into the break on a 9-game losing streak. But here, I wanted to post this solo comment. Solo says, can't wait for March to see Jalen go crazy again. Well, we shall see. But I think part of it's catching up. The injuries have probably caught up with the Rockets. Injuries. I think opponents have figured out some of their weaknesses and are exploiting them. And also, the winning so many games winning in Boston, beating the Cavs twice. I think some of the players started believing their own press clippings. Oh yeah, we are the second best team in the West. Look at us. Yeah, we're the second best team in the NBA. No, you're not. No, you're not. Especially when you stop doing the little things and stop doing the things that helped you win in the first place. Edward again using that word humble. This so I miss Above Elite. Maybe I started the show too late tonight for Above Elite to join. But maybe the Rockets, the players, needed some humility. And maybe their inner circle and hell, their outer circle. Yeah, y'all are playing great. Man, y'all are going to the conference finals. Y'all have it going into phase 3 quicker than everybody thought. Oh yeah, this is. And then some of the players like, yeah, we are really good. Yeah, we're great. Yeah. Mm. So maybe these losses have humbled them, and we'll get them back to what they do best. We'll get them back to being better defenders, more locked in on defense, tighter with the rotations. And a rim protector is nice, clearly, and it's needed. But if the perimeter defense would stop being a turnstile and allowing and stop partying like the Red Sea, the lack of rim protector would not be so glaring. Because when you are giving up layups after layups after layups, part of that is because your defense on the perimeter is getting cooked. So, I saw that cover on Slam Magazine, and that was 2 losses ago. Maybe it was Monday, right? I think it was this week. And I saw that, I'm like, the timing of it, because I'm pretty sure the cover was shot, a while ago. But yeah, pump your brakes, Rocket players. And Dorian going back to the Jimmy bucket stuff. Well, he's a Warrior now, and he got a contract extended 2 years, 121. Good for him. Good for him. He's worth it because they're gonna give it to him. Warriors, they're clinging to, trying to pry open that window one more time. Just don't see it happening. But anyway, some guy named Andre who gave Reed Shepherd the super green light. Ime, it's that time in G League, he's shooting the ball like Steph. When he gets the ball, I'm yelling at the TV to come off the rock. That's gonna happen. Well, all those egos in Golden State in the Bay Area, boy, that's gonna come ahead. That's gonna, yeah, at some point. That's just, it seems to be inevitable. The Warriors just looked the other way. They were so desperate that it's going to ignore it. I mean, it looked the other way for Draymond for years. So they're like, hey, we already did with him, so let's look the other way with Jimmy. So, okay. But yeah, Reed Shepherd is not a bust. Reed's not trash. He'll be fine. His defense is just not his defense, and he's not physically ready to get consistent minutes on this team. But he'll be fine. Might be playing somewhere else in order for the Rockets to upgrade the talent roster in the summer. Life in the NBA. He'll still get paid, still be playing in the NBA, but it might not be here next season. I like what the Lakers did in getting Mark Williams. If he can stay healthy, that's rim protecting, shot blocking big man for Luka and the Lakers. I like that. But all right, people, it's late. Y'all are frustrated. And Saturday, man, I hate Saturday's game. Saturday's game still starts at 2, right? That has not been rescheduled. I'm not rescheduled, but the tip time hasn't changed. I hate that. I really do. I hate that because everybody's playing at 2 in the afternoon on Saturday. And so I'll figure something out because the Cougs play at 3. And both teams on the road. So TV streaming, I'll try to figure something out and still do a Rockets postgame show Saturday evening. It'll be after the Let's Rage Cougs postgame show, but I'll try to figure something out. Let's make it work and see if we'll be discussing a 6th straight Rockets loss or an end to the 5-game losing streak. Yep, Solo. I think that's part of the big picture for the Rockets is trying to get booked in the summer. Yep. I believe that for a while. All right, everybody. That'll do it. Y'all are night owls. Y'all stay up late too. I mean, I know it's not too late, but still late-ish. Always salute to Solo, Justin, United, Edward, new name, Edward, don't be a stranger, come again. I like your comments. I appreciate your comments. Dorian, always. KDC, as always. Let me give all of y'all a clap of appreciation. And one more time, that Rockets in the fourth quarter, 3 for 13 field goal shooting, 1 for 7 from 3. Y'all
brick.
I mean, just like that. But subscribe to the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Spread the word about these Rockets post-game shows. Tell your friends, I'm serious when I say it. This show is different. It's not like other Rockets shows. It's not like other Rockets post-game shows. Me and the fans, me and the LTHR family do things differently here on this show. So spread the word and let your friends know. Let your Rocket friends know. You need to check out this show. He does things differently. We're part of the conversation. We're part of the action. Going to do it again Saturdays at some point in time. So click on that bell so you can receive notifications to when the show is going to take place. As always, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And if you are a regular to this show, you already know this. But if you are new to this show and new to the Houston Roundball Review, this is for you. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective. Everybody, take care. Peace.
Game over.